record. Good afternoon. Here we are back again with a wellness gathering and taking ownership of our well-being through the principles or with the principles of core alignment. And Lynn is so graciously is hosting this, and she's got a series coming up that sounds very exciting, and it's creating clarity and connection. So Lynn, you can get on and explain what your intentions are.
Okay. Yes. So, well, we always start the call by saying our name, saying where we are, and answering a question that anyone, anywhere, anytime can answer. And there is a purpose for that because it helps to create more safety in the group. And it also gives a chance for everyone to share where they are. And it also helps our brains to relax because then we can associate into who the other person is, where they are, what's important to them, and it creates more rapport. So we are going to start with the question, and the question for today is, what grabs your attention easily? And so my name is Lynne, and I'm in Calgary, Alberta, and something that grabs my attention easily, well, looking out the window first thing in the morning grabs my attention. I always like to see what it looks like outside because if you check the weather app, it's not always representative of what is actually happening. So that grabs my attention easily, is looking outside the window when I wake up and seeing what's going on outside and just wanting to be outside more. How about you, Janet?
Hi, this is Janet in Calgary, and I would have to say what grabs my attention is the clouds. I find them to be an ever-going story, and it's an artistic collaboration of everything that they offer in their shapes and nuances and their colors and texture. It also has some alignment with what's going on in the weather, which also grabs my attention. But I really just gravitate to the magic of the forms of the of each and every cloud.
Awesome. Olive?
My name's Olive, and I'm in Saskatoon. What grabs my attention is sound, music. I like to turn radio or Spotify or some music source on in the morning. That's what grabs me.
Awesome. Lorraine?
Yeah, isn't it amazing how nature can really grab your attention? And with just what's going on. And there's, of course, the beauty of the blue sky.
Say your name. Say where you are.
Oh, I'm Lorraine. I'm Lorraine from Mosoyas, British Columbia. And yeah, what grabs my attention is as nature and the sky, and especially sunrises and sunsets when you can actually see one. And especially when you see the sun reflect on the clouds and making everything so bright and red and pink and orange. And I know on the prairies we got awesome sunrises. I mean, you can't beat the sunrises on the prairies. Here in British Columbia, it happens, but with the mountains, and it's not as prevalent as the prairies. But yeah, nature, sky, sunsets.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, we're going to be starting a new series this time around, and we're going to be focusing on the principles and teachings of core alignment and emotional wisdom training. And with taking more ownership, as we focus on taking more ownership for our health and our wellness. And so the purpose of our call today is really looking at an intention and setting intention and the importance of having an intention. And so what would be the importance of setting an intention for the beginning of doing something new? Lorraine?
I'm looking forward to it. I always like to, delve into new thoughts. and do ideas, and even if it's a technical new thing. So I think it's just my intention is looking forward to being part of this whole learning curve. And I don't think it will be as frustrating as learning how to download things from the computer, from WhatsApp to the computer to your files.
Okay, there you go. So what would be the importance of setting an intention for the beginning of doing something new, Olive?
For me, it would be so that I can block out what's happening around me and focus on a new topic.
Got it. How about you, Janet? What do you think the importance of setting an intention is when you start something new?
Well, for me, it would be sort of the invitation to creating a framework of what's going to be potentially happening. So there can be some mental preparedness. If I needed to do maybe a little bit of research beforehand, it's basically like, if I equate it to painting the bedroom. You know, you don't just walk into the room and go paint. You have to prepare the room. You have to remove the furniture, lay down the plastic. You have to have your paint. You have to have your brushes. You have to have all that stuff. So basically, it's the setup foundation for what I have signed up to, and it feels like a ready preparedness to getting more out of it than just, okay, I'm here, showing up kind of thing.
Right. Awesome. Yeah. Well, and this is the thing. So the first step is to set an intention and to create a framework. Like Janet said, being prepared for knowing where we're going to be going. It kind of sets a tone for the conversations, and it helps us to block out that time, and so that we can focus more on what the purpose is of the 10 weeks. And it's an invitation to step into something new and to learn new things and gather more information to support ourselves. So that's how we start off every conversation, is to say the intention of the conversation. Instead, it creates that focus for each conversation, but for each start of a beginning of this, it's good to have an intention as we go forward. So the intention for this whole series is to create more clarity and to create more connection, and to also learn and gather the skills of core alignment and emotional wisdom training. And so there's many things that go along with it, and some of them is sharing the principles, which we've dabbled in before, but they are to know what you want, ask for it, show up, keep your word, and have a natural attitude of gratitude. So what would be an intention that you have for this series, Olive?
My intention is to be open to the opinions of other people.
Right. Awesome. Janet, what would your intention be for this series?
My intention will be to show up from a place of ease and restedness, so that when we commence at 4 o'clock, I'm already in that settled spot and not driving.
Good. So, how about you, Lorraine?
Well, and my intention set, I think, is just for my everyday communication with others, practicing this whole ambiance of listening and sharing and no judgment, and I think that's important as you go out and communicate with so many other people, is just to be more aware of where they're coming from, what they want, and be a good listener.
Awesome. Yeah, well, what my intention is for this series is I've been through this series numerous times, both from just experiencing it and then from learning how to coach other people, and then just over and over again since probably 2011. So that's a lot of times I've been through this. And now one of my intentions really is to share some of these principles, to go through it again, because to me, it's like creating miracles every day. And that was one of Kate's, that was her motto, is miracles happen every day. And one just happened, the fact that we can get together and share this work. So one of the things that we're going to be focusing on is, like you said, showing up, being prepared, having that, working with communication, being a better listener. So what would be the importance of cultivating our skill for listening? Janet?
The importance of cultivating our skill for listening would be to hear it as it's presented, opposed to hearing it with reaction, hearing it from the person who's delivering it, and not turning it into ourselves.
Got it. So hearing it as it's given. Got it. Hi, Madeline. She's jumping on. So what would be the importance of the skill of listening? Olive?
To me, the importance of the skill of listening is to learn. You don't listen, your world becomes very narrow. So listening is an important skill.
Got it. Hi, Madeline.
Hi, sorry,
Hi.
I just could not get in on my computer. I don't know what the heck, but
Nice to have
I'm
you.
so sorry.
It's okay. So the question that we started with was, what grabs your attention easily?
What grabs my attention easily? Do you want me to go?
Yeah, just go ahead.
I'm
Let
in
you jump in.
Calgary, and what grabs my attention easily is messing with computers. Grabs my attention easily.
Okay.
I haven't thrown it across the room yet.
Thank you. Awesome. Well, what we're talking about today is we're talking about intention. We're going to be we're starting this new series of creating clarity and connection. And we're talking about the importance of having an intention and what the importance would be about having an intention as we start something new. And we're also talking about listening and the importance of listening.
Cool.
So one of the things we'll be practicing is what they call global listening skills. So global listening skills, I'm just going to go through just some things about listening. So we have 4 different levels of listening. We listen internally. We focus on what's going outside of us, like on what's going on outside of us, hearing the words. And then we go into what it reminds us of and what we want to say and what is it about me. So it's sort of a little bit of a more surface thing. Then we have more focused listening, where the listening is outside focused, but it's like, what is the other person saying in a coaching conversation? So as a coach, the coach is taking that outside perspective about what that other person is saying. And then the next level is sort of more emotional listening. It's like hearing the emotions and hearing the tones and what the body is picking up and the connotations and those types of things, which gives us, it's just another way of listening. It's almost like it's more whole through our whole body, not just our ears. And then global listening is like it's picking up the past, the present, and the future. So we're going to practice that as we go through our next 10 weeks, is upping our listening skills. And so And we were talking about intention. So Madeline, what would be your intention for this next series?
My intention for this next series would be I would say having the desire to continue having this group having value in bouncing off ideas. So my intention is to be better at arriving at the time and being a participant. That's my intention. I'll keep it really simple.
Awesome. All right. And so, yes, so our intention. So we're going to be practicing these skills of knowing what we want, asking for it, showing up, keeping our word, and having a natural attitude of gratitude along the way as we are taking more ownership for our health and our wellness, and looking at what we want in our lives and cultivating this global listening skill. So what I'm going to ask Lorraine. Lorraine, what did you hear that Olive would like to get out of the session?
That was a long time ago.
I failed already. I believe that she's wasn't that something? My mind was wandering.
It's okay. We're in time here. This is the practice.
Oh, this is funny. Well, her intentions is going to for her to get as much as she can out of the session. With an open mind. Oh my God.
I'm just glad you didn't ask me, because it took me a minute to remember what I said.
Well, it's all there. Janet, do you remember what it's not about memory. What did Olive want to get out of the session?
Oh dear. I thought you were going to ask me what I wanted to get out of the session. It's gone. Sorry.
Communicate.
We've got a long way to go.
Well, we're all creating this, and like this is the thing. We're creating this space, and we're all hearing and taking in what each other have said.
Yeah. Obviously, not that well.
Well, it's all there.
No.
It's like the communication with others, right? Well, and it's not that we need to write it down, but this is what global listening is. And Kate was a master at global listening, and so she often challenged everyone to, because it's all there. It's in our bodies. It's regardless. It's not in our minds. It's not about that. It's like we actually took it in some other way. So that's part of global.
Can you repeat what Oliver Madeline said, Lynn? I want to hear it. You repeat what they.
Well, one of the things that I heard, Janet and Madeline both would like to show up more prepared. Like they want to come to this next session. Well, Janet was more showing up without driving. Were those the words you said?
Yeah, more present, at ease before the
ease, yes.
So I was fully present, and then I giggling said, "Yeah," and not.
Yes.
And not
so see, I'm not perfect at it either, but you see, this is the thing. It's all there. Madeline, okay, we heard Madeline. What did Madeline want to get? Her intention is to be here at the session on time, wasn't it? Something like that. Yes. So, or without, and to be present at all of them or something.
Yeah.
So see, I'm not perfect at it either.
Oh God.
And Lorraine's intention
What was my attention to take it to when I'm talking to other people and be a good listener and remember what they had said. Oh dear.
And one of the intentions is to have fun and laugh more. So that's what we're going to be bringing through this whole series, is to not only focus on our health and our wellness, and not only focus on these principles of being aligned with our core and gathering more information and supporting ourselves in a better way, but to have fun doing it and to support each other in the highest and best way. So
Love it.
and it's going to be short, only half hours. So what will you take with you from this conversation until we talk again? Olive?
I will take the learning skills and the listening skills. I have to focus on both of them. So that's going to be my goal, to be a better listener, a better learner.
Good. Awesome. Lorraine?
Well, for sure, be a better listener and remembering the essence of the conversation. And, it's funny, I think back of all the years that I was, associating with people and volunteering or my work or something. I could not repeat back anything that anybody had said, but I had new people that could do that. They got the feeling of what they're said, and they may not have agreed with it, but they had the emotion and they could remember. And I always admired those people. But so I guess this 10 weeks might need to be done another 20 weeks to get anything out of it.
Awesome. Janet, what will you take with you that'll support you until we talk again?
I'm getting the sense that I tune out, and so I'm going to take away that awareness and be aware that I sometimes tune out. Yeah.
Awesome. Madeline?
What I will take with me, well, to acknowledge that when I have difficulty with technology, it completely throws me out. Like I couldn't even really talk after I had struggled for the 20 minutes it took me. So that it like blows me out, and to acknowledge that really is worthwhile, because it's crazy how it affects. Like, you can't just ignore it. So I guess my desire is to have more ease and accept when stuff is going sideways.
God, thank you. Olive?
I think I answered it at the beginning.
Oh, did you? Okay, so I'll go see.
Yeah.
So what I will take with me from this conversation is that it's going to be a fun 10 weeks here. And also that I'm looking forward to cultivating my global listening skills. I can often show up really easily to things, and to be able to really hear and then really get across what has been said is a real skill and a muscle to build. And so that's what I will take away from this conversation. And what will you take with you that will support you for the rest of your life? Janet?
I am aware that when I have physical body pain, I'm doing my best basically just to be present, and that sometimes the loudness of the pain trespasses the interaction of the moment.
Thank you. Madeline?
What I will take with me that will support me for the rest of my life is to honor the pre conditions that are part of coming together in a Zoom fashion, and being aware that when things go sideways, that it's still okay.
Thank you. Olive?
I will take with me to support me for the rest of my life the knowledge that what people have say is important, to pay better attention to it.
Lorraine?
Well, what I'll take away to support me the rest of my life is that practice, practice, practice. And be aware of listening, and listening on all those levels that you mentioned, Lynn. And I think this is going to be a great series. And so far, we've set the tone.
Yes. Well, what I take away that'll support me for the rest of my life is sort of a broad spectrum of experience and feelings that can be present in the face of coming together, and the intention of the importance of us coming together and how that can support us all no matter where we're at, and the importance of hearing each other, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. You know, there's something in the space that gets created, and having the focus of our intention, and everybody having an intention to know what they're going to be building, even if it's in that unconscious realm right now, until it becomes more formed. So I look forward to the next 10 weeks and how we can support each other in the highest and best way. And yeah.
Okay, thank
see
you.
you
Now,
next
next Monday is Easter Monday. Should we have a session on Easter Monday? I mean, it's okay with me.
I'm okay with it. I'm not sure if everybody else is okay. I would.
Okay, well, I'll put it out there for next Monday, and it will go for 10 weeks. Well, thanks a lot, Lynn. This is going to be a real good practice session. It's long overdue, isn't it? Okay.